It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games were missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so I wanted to discuss this topic because if you follow the boxing news, and you may remember hearing or reading about this news a couple of weeks ago, but that news is the fact that Manny Pacquiao, he's expressed an interest that he has a burning desire to compete and represent his native country of the Philippines in the upcoming 2024 Olympics. Very interesting news because last time I saw Manny Pacquiao, he was doing an exhibition with some Korean guy on Triller, and before that, he basically was fighting Dennis Ugas and got his head boxed off by Dennis Ugas. So very, very interesting to hear. Now, he's going about making the Olympics by trying to get what they call a universality place, which basically it's given to athletes from countries that struggle to secure slots in the Olympics through normal qualification channels. Basically meaning that if you're from a country that doesn't have a lot of money for the funding to send a team to the qualification rounds, you can request a universality place. They have so many spots available for universality places in the Olympics based on the region in which the fighter competes. So let's just say, for example, if you're from Asia, they may have 10 spots. If you're from North America, you may have 7 or 5 spots. It all depends on the region in which you're trying to represent, right? So a guy by the name of Abraham Tolentino, he's the president of the Filipino Olympic Committee. He's went ahead and sent a letter to the International Olympic Committee, the IOC, requesting that Manny Pacquiao get a spot in the Olympics, right? Because he says that Pacquiao is physically in better fit than other athletes. Tolentino also wound up saying that pretty much with him getting a universality place, this is not going to take away from the fact that other Filipino fighters are trying to make the Olympic team. So I don't know if all that makes sense. But ironically enough, Pacquiao recently spoke and revealed that the reason he's going about all this is because I guess when he was many years ago, when he was a young fighter, he tried to make the Filipino Olympic team and represent the country in the Olympics, and the coaches thought he wasn't good enough. So it's funny how life works. Now, let's talk about it. Let's talk about, number one, is this good for boxing and amateur boxing? Because, I mean, first and foremost, we know anybody who follows amateur boxing knows that amateur boxing is every bit as corrupt, if not more corrupt, than the pros. I mean, go back and look at the things like the McLaren thing, the McLaren scandal that screwed Joe Joyce out of a gold medal, right? Where they basically fixed the Olympics for Tony Yoka to win, right? First and foremost, I mean, Manny Pacquiao, I mean, we know a lot of these Russians and these Uzbeks and whatnot, they're pretty old and they have 500 gajillion amateur fights before they turn pro. But first of all, there's going to be no headgear in the Olympics, right? So let's just look at this big picture. These are 3-round fights. So even though Manny Pacquiao is, let's just say, he's 44, but I'm pretty sure Manny Pacquiao can still box 3 rounds. I mean, I don't care if he's 44 or not. Anybody can box 3 rounds. I haven't sparred in a ring in 4 or 5 months, and I'm not anywhere close to boxing shape. I'm a little fat right now, really, for being in boxing shape. I could go 3 rounds, right? So 3 rounds wouldn't be an issue. Now, when you factor in Manny Pacquiao has all this experience, he can punch really, really hard. I'm sure he can still punch hard. I'm sure his power can carry for 3 rounds. There's no headgear in the Olympics. You're gonna have young kids compete. He's gonna be fighting young ass kids in the Olympics. I don't think it's smart for Manny Pacquiao to fight. I don't think it's cool to let Manny Pacquiao punch up on some kids for 3 rounds, right, in the Olympics, but there's no headgear. And then on top of that, I don't even think it's cool to have kids because he might run into the wrong 18, 17, 19. He might run into some prodigy from Russia or Uzbekistan or Cuba or some shit that got that thump in their hand, and he might get hit and he might get hurt, right? So I feel like it's really and truthfully a safety thing. Like Manny Pacquiao, you don't want him to get hurt because he's taking enough punishment in the ring for our entertainment. We don't need to see him take any more. And then it's also about protecting the youth. I mean, really and truthfully, the Olympics is about the younger fighters. I know you got guys from Russia and Uzbekistan. I know Jalolov is going to compete, and he's a professional, and he's like, he's not quote unquote young. He's in his like physical prime and he's competing in the Olympics. So I don't even think that's fair, to be honest. Forget Manny Pacquiao. I don't even think it's fair for Jalilov to be able to compete in the Olympics. But he's getting a chance to do that. So my thing is, I feel like there's got to be a cutoff. At some point, you know, when it comes to things like this, there's got to be a cutoff. Because if you let Manny Pacquiao compete in the Olympics, then at that point, everything is permissible. Everything is fair game. If a 44-year-old man can compete in the Olympics, anything is fair game. I'm not doubting that Manny Pacquiao isn't fit enough to compete in the Olympics, but the Olympics is supposed to be for the younger fighters. It's supposed to showcase, you know, the best young fighters in the world from different countries, represent their countries with pride, glory, and honor. It's not supposed to be something that's for professional fighters to enter into. So, yeah, there's no headgear now, and I just think that Manny Pacquiao could severely hurt somebody from like Angola or one of these countries where, you know, the boxing isn't of the highest level, you know. And so would it be cool to see Manny Pacquiao represent the Philippines in the Olympics? Yeah, it would, but I just don't think it's the right thing to do. And I think that the IOC really needs to do the right thing and just deny the request for Manny Pacquiao to fight in the Olympics, and not allow Manny Pacquiao to steal from the glory of these young kids that are going to compete in the Olympics in 2024, because that's what it's about. So that's my opinion on it. You know, I don't really got much more to say on about that other than that. But yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to kill Manny Pacquiao's dreams, right? You know, who am I? I'm just a guy with a YouTube channel, but I don't think it's cool. I really don't think it's cool, and I don't even think it's cool when guys like Jalilov do it. I think Jalilov competing in the Olympics, despite him being a pro, isn't cool either. So I'm gonna leave it at that. You guys can give me your thoughts down below. Do you want to see Manny Pacquiao compete in the Olympics, and do you think it is the right thing to do for the Olympic Committee to allow him to compete in the Olympics? Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe, and like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.